regret not attending orientation. Trust me, I really feel that I wish I had known a lot of things earlier. So this orientation program is not a session for you to doze off. Trust me, this is something that you need to know and you need to develop. That is, you need to know what you're getting into before getting into road track. You just don't have to get into it just because you want to be a part of something other than academics in an institution based club. So I'm just requesting you guys, please take this seriously. Just look into what she's doing and give it some, give it a thought. Just don't, you know. Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting, Pooja.
No, no
Continue.
problem, Padmini. Everybody is welcome to speak. I like it when people talk.
Yeah. So, guys, members, you're stepping into your next year, next Rota year. You guys should talk.
And she's not gonna leave you guys until y'all talk, She's just gonna wait till you guys tell something. So you
So the
better
sooner
speak
you
up.
want to get this over with, the sooner you speak up.
Yeah, you need to speak up.
Guys, this is just for me to understand how much you know about road track, so I can be better prepared to cover most of what is essential. So even if you don't know anything, you can still say that, because that gives me a clear picture. That's the reason why I'm asking you this question. When I said I am strict, I'm totally not. I was just trying to feel the pulse of the audience, and I can tell that all of you are pretty much scared. So please don't be scared. If you look at me, I'm as fun as you guys are. That's what I hope to say. So please tell me, what do you know about Rotract?
Hi, Pooja.
Hi, who's this? Oh, this is Pooja. Hi, Pooja.
Yeah. Hello. I would like to add that we can get over our shy, and I think we can develop our leadership.
Absolutely. So, Pooja, you hit the right chord. Andrew summed it up with saying that we meet new people, we make new friends, and this is a platform for service. But at the same time, Pooja summed it up very well and said that it's a platform where you hone your skills. You learn public speaking. You let go of your fears. You learn leadership. You learn skills that you will use for the rest of your life. Okay, so this is what Rotract is all about. Thank you, Pooja. That really helped me in making my next point. Okay, next question. Why are you guys in Rotract? Now, I don't want Andrew or Pooja to answer. I want somebody else. You tell me you probably don't want to attend classes and you want to bunk
Pooja, you're muted, Pooja. Could you just unmute yourself, please?
I'm sorry, I think the host tried to mute everybody because there was feedback, right? So what I was saying is I want to understand why you guys in Rotrack. So in case you were to tell me that we don't want to attend classes and Rotrack seems to be something fun happening outside of class, so I can still get my attendance while not attending class, I'll take that as a viable answer. So please, someone tell me, and I don't want Andrew or Pooja answering to me this time. I want somebody else to tell me why are they in Rotract.
Hey Pooja, this is Jayashree.
Hi Jayashree.
Hey, I'm in Rotract. It's not because I'll get free, attendance. It's like I really wanted to wanted to do some social work, and yes, after coming to Rotract Club, it's my second year, and I'm literally, I got many new friends. I have overcome many things. This is a fear, what you have mentioned before. This fear, this public speaking, many things. So it's really helpful, and also I am here to do social work
Wonderful,
definitely.
wonderful, Jayashree. Thank you. So you're here for the service aspect of Rotract and also to overcome, to learn new skills. Wonderful. So my final question for this session: what do you expect to gain from Rotract? This is for somebody who's not already learned something. This is not for members of Rotract who've already taken certain learnings and skills from Rotract. I want the complete newbies to be telling them what do they expect to gain from Rotract. So no Andrew, no Pooja, no Jayashree. I want a fourth person now.
Hi Pooja.
Hi Kavya.
So why I have joined for this Rotaract is it's a base fund for social service.
Mhm.
So we can get an opportunity to do social service for people where
Okay.
we as a normal public we do not get that opportunity to go to people and to do service. So
Wonderful.
as a identifying as a Rotaract member and doing social service is helpful for us. So I have joined this Rotaract.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kavya. So Kavya says that she's joined Rotaract because she wants to serve the society. That's a very wonderful thought to have when you're still a 20, 18, 19, 20, 21-year old, and at such a young age to think of your social responsibility and put that ahead of you. So it's a very wonderful thought that you all are carrying. And so I now have a fairly decent understanding of what you guys are expecting from the session and from Rotaract in general. So this will help me in moving ahead. Also, you guys, I might want to tell you, my rate of speech is a little high. Sometimes I tend to speak too fast. So if I'm going in a speed that's incomprehensible, then just stop me and ask me to slow down. I'll slow down. Also, I take it that everybody here is familiar with English. If not, I can also speak in Hindi and Kannada. So yeah, do I take it that all of you are okay with English?
Yes, yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks for confirming, Kavya. So before I move on to the origin of Rotaract, there has to be something that started off the whole movement, right? I mean, Rome was not just built in a day. It was probably, they say God took 7 days, but I don't know. But what I can say for sure is that it wasn't built in a day. Before Rotaract, I'd like to speak to you a little about Rotary. Could someone tell me what do they understand when I say Rotary and Rotaract? Are they same? Are they different? If they're different, how are they different? How do you think they are different? And somebody else to answer, not Andrew, Pooja, Jayashree, and Kavya. Somebody else to tell me what do they think of Rotary and Rotaract?
Hello, Pooja. This is
Hi,
Kishore.
Hi.
Rotary Club is a parent club.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. And the Rotaract Club is the child club of Rotary.
Wonderful. Thanks, Kishore. That more or less sums up the explanation. So Rotary was started by Paul P. Harris in the year 1905 because he wanted to start off with humanitarian work and do some good for the society. So that's when he started Rotary as a means to solve the problems of the world. This was first started in Chicago in 1905. So clearly we're in the 115th year of service when it comes to Rotary right now. So moving on, Rotary started doing their work, and I think we have over 1.2 billion people. No, billion, not billion, sorry, 1.2 million people across the world who are Rotarians in over 35,000 clubs. So we have Rotary clubs that are over 35,000 in number, and we have about 1.2 million pairs of helping hands who joined together to support this movement. So this is the origin of Rotary. And now moving on, around the time in 1960s, Rotary started sponsoring student educational groups. Okay, and they thought when they saw how successful the program was being, they thought they should actually have it as a listed program under one of their services, and that's when Rotaract came into existence. And the first ever Rotaract Club was chartered on March 13, 1968. It's Rotaract Club of North Charlotte in the US. And so ever since then, Rotaract has been in place. It's been over 50 years now. So we celebrated 50 years of Rotaract movement sometime in 2017. And currently, we are a community of 3 lakh Rotaractors across the world from over 10,000 clubs in 184 countries, and we're growing steadily by the day. Does this not? I want you all to take a moment and think about how proud you feel to be a part of something that started off as something, and then here we are today expanding throughout the world and making our mark in everything we do. Don't you guys feel proud to know that you're a part of something so huge and so credible and incredible at the same time?
Yes, we
Yes,
feel
we
proud.
feel much.
Absolutely. Wonderful. So the motto of Rotract in general is to develop oneself, because let's face it, we're all kids here, right? We're not grown-ups. At least I don't feel like a grown-up. Trust me, I feel like a kid. And what we want to do is we want to learn new things. We want to make new friends. We also want to do some service and have fun while we're at it. So that's what we promote. We want to promote fellowship through service. Now, what I mean when I say fellowship is a fancy word for friendship. Okay, how you become friends with your fellow Rotract members, and you create better bonds, you build stronger bonds with them, is known as fellowship. So we build stronger bonds with our fellow members through the means of service, and this is the basic thread that ties the whole of Rotract together. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware of it, but Rotractors are aged between 18 to 30. So if you're a 17-year-old, you cannot be a Rotractor. If you're a 31-year-old, you cannot be a Rotractor. Rotary also has another program known as Interact. And Interact is for kids between the age group of 13 to 18. So they've started this movement at a very young age. So when individuals grow up, they grow up being more sensitive towards the society through the means of Interact, Rotract, and Rotary. Now, if you want to be a member of the Rotary, you will have to be in any profession yourself. You cannot be a student, although now rules are changing. They're including Rotractors to, they're encouraging Rotractors to be a part of Rotary and maintain dual membership. It's usually, earlier it was that you have to be in a profession and you need to be invited to join Rotary. Not everybody can join Rotary. It's a privilege. So Rotarians who are already existing in a Rotary club, go out and invite other people who think are capable and are on the same platform as them to help them and serve the society, are invited. So this is how Rotary membership is gained. It's not like Rotract. And one more thing, I think Kishore mentioned that Rotary is the parent club and Rotract is the child club. So we call it as partner clubs now. We no longer use parent and child, although I prefer that. I personally like calling Rotary our parent club, because you need a parent to have a child. So if you want to be a Rotract club, you need a Rotary club that is sponsoring you. You basically want one of the Rotary clubs to say, hey, listen, I want to start a Rotract club, and I will take care of the club, and I will see to it that the club functions normally. And you send a request to Rotary International, and that's how the club gets formed. So you need Rotary to form Rotract. Now, you guys, Rotract Club of Surana, do you know who your parent club is? I don't want Andrew, Pooja, Jayashree, Kishore, and somebody else, Kavya, to not answer. Somebody else. Do you know who your Rotary is? Parent Rotary? Rotract Club of Surana. Who's the parent Rotary?
Rotract Club of Indranagar.
Hi, that was Ranjit, right? Somebody else. I can hear two people speaking.
Indranagar. Rotract Club.
Yes. Sorry, what did you say?
Indranagar.
It's not Rotract, Ranjit. It's Rotary Club of Indranagar. You all should learn to know the difference between Rotract and Rotary. Rotary Club of Indranagar and Rotract Club of Surana College. Okay, make a mental note. It's okay. It'll take some time to get the hang of it, because even initially I used to also get confused between Rotary and Rotract, but it's okay. You'll get the hang of it soon enough. So always remember that to have a Rotract club, you need a Rotary club to sponsor you. So in a way, you need to be grateful to Indranagar for your existence. Okay, moving on. Now we know about Rotract. We know that fellowship through service is the motto. We self-develop, we meet new people, we make new friends, blah, blah, blah. But all the activities that we do are categorized into 4 avenues of service. These are called avenues of service because it's a form of service. Whatever we do in Rotract is a form of service. And there are 4 avenues to it. Can someone tell me the first avenue? And it comes in an order. I'm not kidding. Someone tell me sorry?
Club service.
Club service. That was Shalini. Very good, Shalini. The first is club service. Now, what do you understand when I say club service, you guys?
Unity.
Unity. Okay. Unity between whom? Within whom, Kavya?
Within us, like the member of Rotaract.
Correct. So members of Rotaract, building better bonds, forms club service. So basically, club service builds the team that works together. You are, if I were to say Rotaract is like a car, maybe, then the four wheels need to work in tandem, in coordination for the car to move forward, right? Otherwise, it will not. And if I were to call the members of the Rotaract Club as the wheels, then all of you have to work in coordination. If you all have to work in coordination, you all need to be aligned. And club service is exactly what that does that alignment of Rotaract members. So basically, what you do in club service is you get together and have fun. Okay, do we already have the team decided for this year? Do you have a club service director
No,
already?
not yet, Pooja. Not yet.
No,
We only
not
have 4 posts here.
Okay, what are the 4 posts?
President, secretary, treasurer, and vice president.
Vice president, right? I think yeah, I saw that. Okay, cool. So club service, there are some examples here. You can have games and outdoor activities. You can have team building activities. You can have fundraisers. So I'll give you an example for a fundraiser. There's this club called Rotaract Bangalore West, okay, and they do something known as a Dandiya Dhamal year on year. So what they do is they just during Navratri they host this big Dandiya event where all of us, we just go, we pay the nominal registration fee and we go and participate. We play Dandiya, we worship the goddess, and we come back. And the club uses the registration money. They raise really good amounts every year. So let's say about 300 people are participating and paying about 200 each. Then they easily make 60,000 odd something, and that money is used for their literacy projects. So let's say if there is a school that requires a library, then they provide them with the library books. There's a school that requires stationery kits for the students, then they provide that. So this is one example of a fun fundraiser which can be turned into meaningful, and this comes under club service. And if I were to give you examples of games and outdoor activities, you all know it already. If we have a lot of fun and outgoing members in the club, then you can probably have games of basketball, volleyball, coco, tug of war, bowling, whatever, what have you. You know, the list is endless. And if you were to have someone who's an introvert, then you can probably sit at home and play PUBG and Call of Duty. So all these form together the club service. And moving on, you also have certain projects known as club celebrations. So let's say the club service director keeps an idea of the birthdays in the club, the birthdays of the members of the club, and month on month celebrate. And then you have your charter day. Charter day is the day that you guys got your charter from the Rotary International, stating that, okay, Rotaract Club of Surana is henceforth known as a Rotaract Club. So you get the permission and you get the certification, basically, if I were to put it in lame terms. So that's charter day. Do you guys know when your charter day is? When were you chartered? It'll usually be mentioned on your charter certificate if you have it. It's okay if you don't know.
I'll go with
November 8th, I guess.
No, it is on November 11, 2013.
Is this Mood?
Yeah, Mood.
Hey, Mood. Okay, so November 11th.
Both of our club members don't know that nickname, so keep it up.
Okay, call him Mood. Okay.
No, don't.
No, actually don't. It's his choice to be called whatever he wants to be called. Anyway, so thank you, Kiran. So you guys have your charter day, right? It's the day that you came together as a club. It's the day of your existence. So it's as good as a birthday. It's like your club's birthday. Go out and celebrate. Do something meaningful. That falls under club service. You can celebrate holidays. You can celebrate festivals. Especially this one particular club, I think it was Gems B School. A couple of years ago, they had they hosted an iftar party. So they invited everybody possible. The invitations were sent out to every Rotractor in the district, and they just said, you know what, come in. We've got biryani, we've got food, we've got everything you need. Just come and have iftar party with us during Ramzan. And that was a very innovative project that they had. And you can also have fellowship during meetings. So let's say you have meetings that can get quite boring sometimes, because let's face it, not all of us like to attend meetings. I completely get that. I am not a meeting person either. So if there's anything that can be done through an email or on a WhatsApp message, I'll just get it over with. So if you were, there are certain moments where it solicits a meeting. So when you have club meetings regularly, you can plan for some fun activities. You can have you can also have traditional games. You can have kunte bille, you can have chokabara. Chokabara is basically ludo. You can have lagori, you can play gully cricket, you can do all that. And none of these projects, none of these activities require much money. It doesn't require money at all. So basically, that's the beauty of club service. You don't need money to have fun when it comes to club service projects. So these are some examples of club service. You can also have youth fests, but fests are something that the district does. So the district conducts something known as Rota Fest, where I'll come to the district in the future in a short while. So I'll talk about it then. Moving on. What is the next avenue of service? The second avenue of service. We
Community service.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Pooja. Community service. What does community service do?
It will service the community, means they will help the poor or something else like that.
Right. You're correct. So community service basically gives us a sense of purpose, and it makes us sensitive and responsible towards a society. Sorry. So if you were to visit an orphanage, if you were to go to a government school, if you were to donate blood, you feel something within you. I'm sure some of you might have felt it when you did projects of this kind. Could somebody share their experience of doing a community service project? And I don't want the people who spoken earlier, will come to you guys later, but I want someone new to be sharing their experience now. So guys. I'm not moving forward if you don't share your experience.
Hello.
Hi, Anusha.
Hi.
Hi.
So I am a professional development service director for the present for the last year.
Mm-hmm. No, you're still present.
Yeah. So I saw the calendar and got this date for Rose Day, and then I didn't. It was in September, so I did a little research, and I got to know it was for cancer patients.
Okay.
So then I spoke to Kiran and my club members and board, and they all agreed to do this project where we go to the cancer patients and we give them roses and spend some quality time with them. And that is when I realized how much we take our lives for granted. And after seeing them suffer, I understood that how much we have to take care of ourselves and people around us.
Yeah.
So that made me very happy that day, and it was a new project this time.
Thank you. Thanks, Anusha. Thank you for sharing. So guys, community service is something that touches the pulse of each one of us. We feel something that we didn't know we had it in us previously, and that's the beauty of community service. Let's say if you were to go to a government school, if you were to spend some time with them, you don't have to donate anything, you don't have to give them provide them with refreshments or anything. You just play with them for a while in their grounds, and they'll just come running, hugging to you, akka, anna, ankondu. And it's such a sweet feeling. And that sense of purpose is something that you can derive from community service. So when you go back home in the evening, you know you've done something that makes you proud, and that also makes you proud to be a Rotractor. And community service is something that adds meaning to Rotract. So some of the examples of community service projects are medical camps, donation drives. This can be blood donation. You have a college, so it's all the more easy for you guys to conduct a blood donation. Just tie up with a blood bank, ask them to come on a certain date, circulate messages and let the world know that you're conducting a blood donation, so people just can drop in and donate their blood. You can also have paper donation drives if you want to raise funds. You send out a circular again stating that Rotaract Club of Surana is conducting a paper drive on a particular Saturday. So if you have any raddi paper at home that you want to discard or you want to give it away to the Raddiwala, you might as well bring it to college, because we're going to give that newspaper to Raddiwala again, and from the money that we get, we're going to do a community service project. It can probably be providing books for some kids, providing shoes, or even providing food for people who are stranded in the roads, especially in this dire times when daily wage workers are at a huge loss. You can just hand over some food to them and they'll be extremely grateful. And this money can come from that newspaper all your college students brought for you guys. You can do environment protection drives, you can plant trees, you can create awareness, you can probably set up dustbins in your colleges and educate people about segregating their waste. You can do projects based on education and literacy. Education is something, it's one of the 6 areas of focus of Rotary. So if you were to go to the Rotary International website, I'll give you the details later. You'll find 6 areas of focus. It is education, disease prevention, water and sanitation, supporting local economies, and 2 more. Hold on, I knew this. Okay, you just go to the Rotary website. I'm so sorry, I blanked out and I'm not able to remember the other 2. So you can just do projects on education and literacy. Rotaract Club of Yelahanka, they tie up with their parent Rotary Yelahanka, and they have consistently done this one project known as Sadhana, where for about 2 or 3 years, consistently without missing a Saturday, the members of the club have gone to Yelahanka Government School and taught kids computer education. I'm not even kidding. They've done this diligently and they've done it with a lot of conviction. So this is something that you guys can do. If not, it doesn't have to be such a long-term project, but even if you were to go to any school and teach kids about a certain skill, you can also talk about hygiene in general, because a lot of our government school children would not be aware of self hygiene and cleanliness. So you can talk to them about it. This comes under educational literacy. Disease prevention. Rotary is the reason why polio is almost eradicated in many countries. You can give the credit to the doctors, but the Rotary volunteers who've relentlessly worked on the field, they've grabbed every child in their sight and they've just given drops to them. I think even Surana does drives on National Immunization Day, if I'm not wrong, right? Can someone confirm? I remember seeing somebody's post.
Yeah.
So you guys do that as well. So that comes under disease prevention. Now they're also working on the COVID situation. You can go look up on the Rotary website for more information. I'll give you the details later. Water and sanitation. You can go support NGOs. You can create awareness drives, like I mentioned earlier. All of this comes under community service. So basically, anything that you give to your society for the betterment of it falls under community service. Now, moving on, the next avenue of service, who can tell me?
Professional development.
Professional development. Wonderful, Neha. Thank you. So what does professional development mean to you guys? Can someone other than Neha tell me what professional development is? I also don't want Anusha speaking because she is currently the professional development director. What is okay? If you were to just look at it as 2 different words, professional development, what does it mean to you guys? You don't even have to tell me in terms of Rotaract.
It is just to overcome our fear.
Okay, it's to overcome fears. Thank you, Nizarga. Anybody else?
Developing personal skills.
Developing personal skills. Okay. Something else? Okay, I think that's good. That's good for now, because overcoming fears and developing skills also fall under professional development service. So we're all students, right? All of you are students. You're yet to graduate and step out and start working somewhere. So before you work, you need a certain set of skills that makes you more competent than somebody else who's not a Rotractor. Okay, so that's where professional development service comes into picture. It hones our skills. Like a lot of you mentioned, you'll overcome your fear, you'll overcome shyness, you can publicly speak. So it hones our skills and it prepares us to take on the real world, because we're not in Rotract only to make friends and do service. While that's great, you still want to develop as an individual, you want to improve your skills. So that's where professional development service comes. Now, I know a lot of Rotractors who call it professional service. That's incorrect. You should always call it professional development service. Okay. So now some of the examples that you can give for professional development service are, and this need not be entirely something that helps you in your profession. Okay. If you're learning a skill, even if it's something as cooking and gardening and learning how to dance, that's still considered as a project under professional development, because it's a skill that you're learning. So you can conduct workshops, you can have TED talks, you can have talk sessions, you can invite somebody, you can also have someone within your club or someone outside the club just give a talk on a specific topic for about 20 to 30 minutes. You can visit your Rotary. I'm pretty sure Rotary Indranagar does a lot of these sessions. They have a lot of talk sessions where they invite a guest and they deliver a speech on something very current and relevant, and you can take that skill away. You'll have a better understanding of that particular area. So you guys have to connect with Rotary and understand when they would be having it. I'm pretty sure they'd be more than happy to have you guys with them during these projects. So you reach out to Rotary as well. You can have skill development, something known as business skills, what you need to work in a professional environment. You'll need Microsoft skills. You'll need to know how to build a presentation. You'll need to know how to talk to people, even soft skills, how to have table manners. It's something very basic, but it's something that's usually overlooked. But these are important skills that you can learn under professional development service. If I were to give you an example of a professional development service project, I take my own club, Rotract Jayanagar. I think about 4 or 5 years ago, we did this project. It was known as Webridation, where what we did was we would have meetings every second Saturday. So every alternate Saturdays, we'd have meetings. So essentially second and fourth Saturdays in a month. And what we do is we'd assign every member of a club one topic. They would speak of a topic of their on the topic of their choice. So they come on stage before the meeting starts and probably speak about that topic for 20 minutes. It can be anything. It can be something as trivial as CV writing. That's very important and relevant for you guys. You should know how to put yourself on paper, right? Most of us would not even know. Trust me, even I didn't know. When I was in college, when I was in final year, even I didn't know how to make a CV. I just asked my friend. I copied the same thing. I changed some of the numbers and the figures, and then I was done. But if we were to have somebody who tell us how to make a CV, how to draft a resume, that would be extremely helpful for us. So you can do something on those lines as professional development service. It does not have to be big. Something very small can be extremely phenomenal as well. Now, finally, what's the fourth avenue of service?
International service.
International services.
International services. So many people I have taken international service. Wonderful. So we all know Rotract is an international organization, right? We're not just limited to Rotract Surana or just or Bangalore or India. It's an international organization. So we need to do certain projects to reach out to the rest of the world and build better bonds with them. We want to, sorry, Pavan, you're saying something? Pavan? Has he dozed off?
I think it was a mistake.
Yeah, I think so too. No problem. So international service is something that helps us build better communities, and it helps us push our boundaries, or sometimes it even erases boundaries for us. Because when you do international service projects, you make friends from other districts. I'll come to what defines as a district later, but for now, just understand the examples. You have IDYs, ICYs, which is inter-district youth exchange and inter-club youth exchange. So every year, there is a circular that is sent out from a from the district, Rotrac district, saying that so and so district has invited for an IDY exchange, inter-district youth exchange. So about 4 to 5 members or whatever, depending upon the requirement from the whole of our district, they get together and they go as you could say ambassadors to the other district. They just spend 2 or 3 days with them, understand their culture, see how they work, um, be a part of their meetings, be a part of their projects, and it just broadens your horizons. It just pushes your boundaries away when you go meet people from other districts, from other walks of life, from other ethnicities and backgrounds. So these are IDYs. You also have something known as ICYE, Inter Club Youth Exchange, where 2 clubs from 2 different districts, they say, they make a pact and they say, okay, I will send some members of my own club to you and you send some members of your club to me. So that way an exchange will happen and you get to experience uh, various aspects that you didn't know the other club had, best practices, languages, ethnicities. All of these enriches you as a person because you expose yourself to newer experiences. So you have something known as sister clubs, where you have 2 clubs from 2 different districts who just say, okay, let's make a pact, let's do these many projects, let's do this project together. Similarly, we had something known as we had a sister club agreement with a club in Pune a long time ago, and we did a couple of projects. So we decide the terms of the agreement beforehand. We say, okay, we'll do 2 community service projects, we'll do 2 club service projects, and we'll have an exchange, etc., etc. So you can define the terms yourself and broaden your perspective. You also have something known as letterhead exchanges. So what usually, if a road tractor is traveling from one country to another, from one district to another, what we do is we carry letterheads from our club to the other district. So in case you happen to meet a road track club in that particular district, wherever you're traveling to, you can have an exchange. These builds goodwill, and that at the back of your mind. So in case you want to reach out to someone, let's say someone in Bangalore, you'll know this person from this club who will be able to help you out with it. So it's like making a friend you didn't know you had. And you have something known as Rotasia. It's Rotract for Asia. So that's a 3-day conference that happens in various districts. So they bid for this particular project. It's a big deal. This one time we all went to Sri Lanka as a part of Rotasia, and we had the most fun there. We also made a lot of friends over there. In fact, I'm in touch with some of them also. So it's just wonderful to know that you have that kind of reach in various countries, and you have friends wherever you go. That's the beauty of international service. You have something known as fellowship groups. We have motorcyclists, we have gardeners, we have musicians, we have singers, we have what all and what not. So all these people with like-minded interests come together and they form a fellowship group. It does not have to be within the district, it can also be multi-district. So you're with someone who likes doing the same things as you, and you build a clan, you build a tribe of your own, you build a community of your own through fellowship groups. You do joint projects. I've already covered joint projects earlier during my sister club agreement. So these are the 4 avenues of service. So any project that you do as a Rotrac club will essentially fall into the 4 of these services. Okay, there is no project that should be done outside of these 4 services. And the 4-way test. Okay, this is something that we use as a mantra. This is our Bible for Rotarians and Rotractors, for members of Rotary. Okay, known as the 4-way test. Before we do any project, before we think of any project, we go through these 4 questions. And we go ahead with the project or the idea only if all the 4 questions are answered as yes. So I'll give you a minute. Just go through the 4 questions. Just go through this slide, memorize it as much as possible, because this will be the one driving mantra for the rest of your life for Rotract and Rotary. And while you're doing that, I'll also drink water. Excuse me. Okay, I'm hoping that all of you have gone through these questions because it's extremely important. If anything you think, if any idea you think answers to a no to any of these questions, you're not going ahead with it. You're not doing that project because it'll be unethical if I were to put it in those terms. So the 4-way test is extremely important for any Rotractor or Rotarian or any member of the Rotary. Now, I'm assuming that all of you have gone through the slide, so I'll be moving on. Hello. Cool. Okay. Now, I took the liberty to make a list of things you should do, and you should always remember at the back of your mind. Whether you're the president of a club, you're a secretary of a club, you're a board member of the club, you're just a member of the club, you're volunteering with the club, no matter what, if you're associated with Rotract, then you need to know all these things and you need to follow them to the dot as well. You always address fellow members of Rotract as Rotractors. So if we were to talk to Azra, if I were to meet Azra outside and we were in a Rotract event, I would refer to her as Rotractor Azra. I don't just say, hey Azra, bye Machi, hi Machi. No, you address her as Rotractor. And members of Rotary are called Rotarians. Also remember, since there's someone who's elderly to you, they're in a much higher position, always Rotarian, whatever, sir, ma'am. So if I were to say Rotarian Nisarga, you don't call them as Rotarian Nisarga, you address them as Rotarian Nisarga, ma'am. And if you were to say Rotarian Pavan, you don't say Rotarian Pavan, you say Rotarian Pavan sir. So address them with respect, but always remember the Rotarian prefix. And always maintain a healthy partnership with your parent Rotary. You should always have a healthy relationship with them. You should keep sending them the reports of the projects that you do. You should keep them updated of whatever the club is doing. You need to go attend their meetings. You get to learn a lot when you attend Rotary meetings. I'm not even kidding. Like I was mentioning earlier during professional development service, if you were to just go sit in a Rotary meeting for an hour, you'll come out with your brains this bigger, because that's how much of importance they pay to skill development. And always wear your club pins. Don't lose it. So yeah, I'm not even kidding. I'm wearing my club pin. So if you're in a Rotract event or if you're going to a Rotary event, always have your club pin on you. Even if you don't have your club pin, if you have your club t-shirt or your club jersey or anything that mentions that you're a Rotractor, you should have it on your body. It's something phenomenal. So wear it with pride. Maintain discipline and follow protocols. Don't, I'm sorry to say this, but don't act like a bunch of hooligans when you're out in the open. Always know that you have the responsibility of carrying the brand name of Rotract on your shoulders. You should always remember that you're an ambassador for a global fraternity. So when somebody outside, I'll give you a very good example. Some clubs have this habit of, I know you're all underage and you're not supposed to go to the clubs and go around drinking, clubs or pubs, but I know you'd still probably do that. But if you were to do it, carry an extra spare piece of garment with you. Don't have your club pin when you go out drinking. Don't have your club jersey or t-shirt when you go out drinking. So Rotract Jayanagar, we always carry the pullovers or another t-shirt wherever we go. So in case after a project, if we feel like going out for a drink, we just remove the Rotract association that's there with us and then go ahead and do it. Because if you were to wear the Rotract badge and God forbid something untoward were to happen, somebody gets high, somebody gets too drunk and they were to misbehave, people around you are looking at you. So you don't want to be wrong ambassadors, because I know all of you, we all are here for something good, right? We're all a part of Rotract because we want to serve, we want to make new friends, we want to learn new skills, we want to build better fraternities. So all this goes for a toss when there's somebody else who's looking at you misbehaving in a drunk state of mind and thinking, what are these people? Who are these people? Oh, they come from some organization called Rotract. Must be one pain of an organization. You don't want somebody thinking like that about Rotract, because Rotract is giving so much to you. So you should always carry that responsibility and behave accordingly. I know I'm sounding all preachy, but you will slowly understand when you experience it yourself. So always keep this at the back of your mind. Always be simple and be creative. There are some projects that you don't need money at all for. So your inspiration, you can find ideas everywhere. Basically, the purpose of Rotaract is to solve real life problems. So if you were to see somebody who's throwing around bits of paper, sorry, sometimes I slur, sorry. If you were to see somebody throwing around bits of paper out in the open, somebody who's littering, just put one old plastic bucket there and put a plaster on it named dustbin. That'll be your community service project. It didn't cost you anything. I'm sure all of us have old plastic buckets at our homes. So one of us can volunteer to just bring it and keep it as a dustbin. So you're doing something good for the society. It can be something as simple as that. You don't have to look outside. You don't have to look at other clubs and say, oh my God, these people are doing so much work. We don't even have the money. No, something as simple as that, something that solves real world problems is what you should be doing. So be creative and keep it simple. Also, finally, don't forget to have fun, because that's what most of us, all of us are here for. While we want to serve, while we want to make friends, we also want to have a lot of fun. And trust me, you won't be able to have fun if you become Rotarians, or even if you're, nearing your 30 like me. You just, it won't be the same anymore. So don't forget to have fun while you're at it. These are some of the main highlights that I wanted to give you guys with respect to how to behave as a Rotaractor. If you're associated with Rotaract, like I mentioned, it doesn't matter whether you're a president or a secretary or just a volunteer. As long as you have the Rotaract tag associated with you, please always remember these points. I will share this PPT with you guys as well. Now, moving on, coming to the most important slide for today, because when Azra spoke to me, she told me that she wanted her prospective board members to understand what a board is, how Rotaract functions, and she wanted you guys to know what avenues of service are. So this is how the board of a Rotaract club looks like. You have the president, you have your vice president. Vice president is someone who steps in for the president in the absence of the president. You have a secretary who takes down, who basically pulls the whole club together. They're the thread that runs the stage. You have the treasurer who brings in the money. I'm not saying who's the treasurer here for this club.
In my board we have Vinay, but the current board is Ritwik.
Vinay, right?
Yeah.
Vinay, are you here?
He is there. No, he's not responding.
Okay, he's probably off to make some money, so he should have lots more of that. Okay, so the treasurer is someone, he don't necessarily have to bring the money, but you need to keep accounts of how you spend your donations and your funds. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 rupee or 100 rupees or 1,000 rupees. Every penny is to be accounted for, and this is the job of a treasurer. Now, Sergeant at Arms is also an extremely important role in the club. He or she is someone who maintains the discipline of the club. Let's say you were 5 minutes late to your meeting, you will be fined. And who will fine you? It'll be the Sergeant at Arms. If you're not wearing a club pin, you'll be fined. Who will fine you? Sergeant at Arms. If you were to not reply to somebody's request on a WhatsApp group with a yes or a no, let's say your secretary is just sending multiple messages and follow-ups on your WhatsApp group saying, hey guys, can we have the meeting today? Please, somebody respond, blah, blah, blah. That's when the Sergeant at Arms steps in and says, calls everybody up and says, you better reply on the WhatsApp group. This is the power of the Sergeant at Arms. In fact, the Sergeant at Arms is so powerful and responsible that they can ask somebody to sit out of a meeting in case if they're found to be misbehaving. And you have avenue directors. Like I mentioned, the 4 avenues of service. You have the 4 directors. You have club service director, planning club service projects. You have community service director, planning community service projects. You have professional development service directors, planning projects in that avenue. And you have international service directors who are also who focus on that avenue. You have an editor, because some clubs have magazines, some clubs have bulletins to showcase the work that they do year on year. If you were to have an editor, personally for Surana, this is just a suggestion. You have your notice board, right? So whenever you do a project, or if you have an upcoming project that requires volunteering, you can just put it up on the notice board. So this can be the job of an editor who drafts this requests and notice and puts up the bulletin on the notice board. You have PR because we're in the world of social media, so whatever we do, it should go up on Instagram, it should go up on Facebook, it should go up on YouTube. So this is the purpose of the PR director. It's not just social media. The public relations is what PR stands for. Public relations director also maintains communication with the press. So if you were to do an event that requires news coverage, then the PR director comes into picture. You also have the advisory board, where in the advisory board, you will have your IPP, that is immediate past president, and you will have a mentor. If you were to have a mentor for your club, then they form the advisory board. One more thing I wanted to inform you guys that I missed at the beginning of the session is, do you guys know when the Rota year starts?
July 1st.
July 1st, right. So until July 1st, you will all, the board that is current, the current board right now, that is Kiran's board, will be effective until June 30th. Only from July 1st will Azra take over as the president. So until then, she is referred to as the president-elect or president 2020-21. So always remember, until June 30th, you're all, the current board is still in charge, and the next board will only become effective on July 1st. Now, I spoke a lot about the district. I was saying a lot of things about district multiple times. So I'm sure most of you would have had a doubt about what district is. Can someone tell me what RI means? International president, because we are an international organization. We have presence across 184 nations. We have an international president, and under him comes the Rotary International District 3190 district governor. Our district is known as 3190. I'll tell you more about how we got the name 3190 in a short while. So we have the district governor. The governor is for Rotary, okay? And Rotary has a service known as New Generation Service. So they have a director for that particular service. We don't have it as Rotractors because we are ourselves the new generation. So we don't have it, but Rotary has something known as New Generations, and they have a director. Under the director, you have the Rotary District Rotract Committee Chairman. They're called as DRCC, District Rotract Committee Chairman. These are the Rotarians who are responsible for the functioning of a Rotract in a particular district. Now, coming to the Rotract district, who are the Rotractors who help administer the functionings, the workings of a particular district? You have someone known as the DRR. They are elected year on year. DRR is District Rotract Representative, and they have, like how a president has their board of directors, the DRR has something known as the Executive Council. The workings and the positioning of an Executive Council is very much similar to the members of the board. You have district secretaries, you have treasurers, you have sergeant-at-arms, you have avenue directors, you have editors, PRs, and online personnel. You also have something known as committee chairs, because there are some areas of focus that need more attention than others. Let's say blood donation, let's say polio. So you'll also have dedicated committee chairs for that particular avenue when it comes to the district. And you have something known as ZRRs. They're zonal Rotract reps. So within the Rotract district, we have various zones. There can be 3 zones, there can be 4 zones, depending upon the number of Rotract clubs in that particular district. And basis that, the DRR will have 3 or 4 zonal Rotract representatives who will function as a means, as a channel between the Rotract club and the DRR for that particular zone. So this, in a nutshell, is what Rotract district hierarchy looks like. I don't want to bore you guys too much with this information, but it's still good to know. That's why I've added it on the slide. But mostly, I wanted to highlight the avenues of service and the workings of a Rotract board for you guys. Now, coming to Rotract 3190, if I were to say RI district, can someone tell me what a district is, what a zone is? Are you guys aware of what a zone is? It's okay if you don't know, because it's fine. If you don't know, I'll still tell you. Can someone tell me what a zone is though? Okay, I'll take that as a no. It's okay to not know this because it's not too trivial an information for you guys at this stage. But however, it's extremely important that you know this. Because Rotary and Rotract, we're an international organization, we're spread across the landscape of the globe. The globe is divided into, I think, 16 zones right now. Okay, it's just, they just make markings like how you have countries, you have latitudes and longitudes, they make markings and they call it zones. We come under the zone 7. Okay, the number of our zone is 7. Just remember this much in case you guys want to know. Otherwise, it's okay even if you don't remember it. It's absolutely fine. And under the zones, we have districts, like how you have in India, you have about 28 districts. Under the zones, we also have districts. So you can refer to the zone as a country and the district as a state. Excuse me, I'm about to cough. Just give me a minute. Sorry about that. So zoning and district is only for geographical mapping. And under RI district 3190, we get the name the number 3190 because it's just numbering. So as and when the district gets bifurcated because of the number of clubs in that particular district, Rotary clubs in that particular district is increasing, the district also bifurcates itself. So we have 3190 that comprises of Bengaluru, Mandya, Tumkuru, Ramnagara, Kolar, Chikbalapura, Chittoor, and Tirupati. So these are the 8 revenue districts that come under 3190. And if we were to talk of Rotract, in 3190, we have over 130 clubs. We have 43 years of history. We have over 8,600 members of Rotract. And we also hold an official record for India Book of Records. I think this was during PRR Naveen Sana's term. We did a massive club service project known as Mega Trek 2.0, where I think about 2,000 odd. I'm sorry, I don't remember the numbers, but around that many people trekked a particular small mountain. So we held the record for that as well. I think it was in 2016, 17, 18. Sorry, that was in 2017, 18. So this is Rotract District 3190 in a nutshell for you guys. Moving on. Okay, so I have the Rotary information here down on the left side, the left bottom side, rotary.org. And if you want to know more about Rotract 3190 as well, it's www.rotract3190.org. So for those of you who are fairly new to Rotract, welcome to Rotract. And for those of you who are a little bit aware of Rotract, just keep Rotracting. Do you guys have any questions? I've come to the end, by the way, so you can be happy and cheerful now.
Guys, if you all have any questions, please ask her. I think they've understood quite well.
Or they've not at all. It's also fine in case you guys haven't understood anything. It's totally fine. Sometimes you learn by practice, you learn by experience. So it's okay even if you've not got the hang of most of what I had to say. But all I would like to tell you is just be involved with your club, keep doing work, and you learn. And once you start learning, there's no end to it. So you learn so much more. Like Padmini mentioned at the beginning of the session, you'll get to know more and more as and when you get more responsible towards your club. So it's okay. Even if you didn't understand anything I just told you, that's absolutely fine. I know orientation can be really boring, and especially during lockdown on a weekend when you'd rather be doing something else, you're here. I really appreciate it. So thank you, everyone. Also, a special mention to district trainer PDRR Rotractor Naveen. Most of the content that I have used here, it's come from him. He's developed the content for this because he's the district trainer, and he's usually the one who goes around to various colleges and institutions, orienting prospective Rotrac members or giving them an introduction to what Rotrac is all about. So when Azra reached out to me, I wanted my training material to also be in alignment with what the district is telling the rest of the crowd. So that's why I borrowed some of his training material. So some of my content has been derived from him. So thanks, Naveen. I've thanked him in person as well, but I wanted to let you guys know that it's also his work.
We're also gonna try having him once the first years join college.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, then I hope he doesn't repeat the slides.
No, actually, what you did was literally a lot different. You know, it's different coming from different people.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, of course. You know, different perspectives.
Absolutely,
And
I agree.
even if it's the same topic,
yeah,
it feels good to know a lot about Rotrac from different people. We get to know each and everyone's perspective, and we have our own perspective as well. And it just, you know, fits in.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we speak from our experiences. So when we
Yeah.
speak something from our experience, how you experience Rotract will be different for every individual. So while Laveen might be highlighting on something else, I'll be highlighting on something else. There'll be some other experienced Rotractor who'll speak of something else. So this opens up multiple doors of opportunities for all of you. So you can just take whatever suits you the best and go ahead with it. So it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sanjana?
Yeah. Hi, Pooja. I'm Rotractor Sanjana.
Hi, Sanjana. You're the vice president, right?
Yes, the designate. On behalf of Rotrac Club of Surana College, I would like to convey our heartfelt gratitude towards you. Big thank you. And I would like to appreciate that you made time from your busy work schedule to conduct such a wholesome session. You are such a powerhouse of energy, and you infuse the same in us as well as the members. I hope, and I think I'm sure that people have opened eyes about what Rotract is. They have a fair idea if they want to apply for a board position. Thank you so much. And lastly, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our current president, Rotractor Kiran, and secretary, Rotractor Gautami. Would you both like to speak something? Kiran, Gautami?
Address him as mood. I think he'll be more active.
No.
I didn't realize I was supposed to speak, so I'm right now blank. By the way, prospective members, I know you have done a lot this year. You're still wondering what Rotractor is, something just in college. You're absolutely wrong. Rotrac can still continue when you go out of college, and that is why Rotrac will be beneficial. So I highly recommend most of you apply for like both positions. Take this club to greater heights. I mean, like we built this club for like over 7 years. I mean, as Pooja said, we have all this like India Book of Records and all. Even if you walk today for this our record section, we have a separate award section in our college. So you can see that we have Guinness Book of World Records, we have India Book of World Records, almost we have everything. So it took like 7 years to come here, and I'm pretty sure you all are capable of taking this club to greater heights. So good luck, and good luck to Azra, Melvin, Sanjana, Vinay, who's taking over. Right, and don't forget me. I'm still president.
Yes, IPP on the board is not is a non-optional role. So even if the president quits, the IPP cannot quit. The immediate past president cannot quit. So Kiran will not be able to quit the board. He's stuck with you for another good year.
He should be. So with this, I think thank you so much, Pooja, for taking your time and being there for us. And I'm sure we all have gathered at least something that we didn't know about Rotrac.
Thank you, Azra. Thanks for having me. I hope I've met your expectations.
You definitely crossed it.
Thank you. So everyone, I've just let my coordinates on the slide in case you want to reach out to me if you have any doubts. If you want to just even talk about Rotract in general, I'm always yours. I'm always open to speaking to any of you. So if you would like to talk to me, then if you'd like to contact me, then you can just reach me on my number and my email. You can also reach me through Azra. She's my details as well.
Okay, yes. Before we finish, can we have everybody enabling their video so we take a quick snapshot?
Oh, okay. Hold on, then I'll stop sharing.
Guys, quickly, just one picture. It's okay even if you're sleeping.
Now all the faces come up. It's so nice to see all of you. All the very best for your new year, and also congratulations to Kiran and Gautami. I always call her Godambi. So congratulations to the existing team. You still have a month to go, but I'll meet you guys during your installation. But congratulations to the existing team and all the best to the new incoming team.
Thank you so much, Pooja. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Melvin.
Okay, Sanjana, have you taken the picture?
I'm not using the laptop.
Hold on, I'll take off my glasses. I look much nicer now.
Okay, Melvin, anybody, guys?
No, I'm not using laptop.
I think Ajit can take it.
Do you guys want me to click the picture? I don't mind.
Yes, please do.
I have clicked pictures as well.
Kiran, your video is not up.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Oh.
Someone's clicked?
Good job, man.
Yes.
Okay.
We have Kiran also in the picture.
Okay, my laptop doesn't have webcam, so you have to. Let's not.
Okay, we'll paste your picture on the.
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Okay, just one more picture. Smile, everybody. Thank you so much, Pooja. Thank you guys for being there for the entire session.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you. I hope I didn't bore any of you.
Not at all.
Oh, definitely not.
Thanks. Thank you.